Have you ever felt like you're living between two worlds? One world where everything seems normal: work, family, daily life. But then there are moments when you look at someone and you feel something deeper than their words. When you step into a room, you know instantly whether the energy is heavy or uplifting. When you dream, sometimes you see things before they happen. These experiences are not random. They are not just your imagination. They are signs. You may be one of the rare few who possess extraordinary spiritual gifts, abilities that not everyone has. And if you have these gifts, there is a reason for it. Let's explore 7 divine gifts that only the chosen ones receive. Because if you're watching this video, it might be time for you to finally recognize who you truly are. The first gift: awareness. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt the energy shift? Maybe no one said a word, but something deep inside you sensed tension, sadness, or even joy radiating from the people around you. If this sounds familiar, you might possess one of the rarest spiritual gifts: awareness. This isn't just ordinary perception, it's a heightened sensitivity to the world beyond what the eyes can see. It's an ability to feel the unseen, sense the spiritual currents flowing beneath the surface of reality. Many chosen ones experience this gift from an early age, often without fully understanding it. Maybe as a child, you instinctively knew when someone was lying, even when they seemed completely sincere. Perhaps you always felt like there was more to this world than what people acknowledged, like an invisible thread connecting everything in ways others couldn't perceive. But awareness isn't just about noticing energy shifts or reading people's emotions. It goes much deeper. It's about seeing the truth hidden beneath illusions, recognizing the patterns in the universe, and understanding that nothing happens by chance. A double-edged gift. At first, this level of awareness can feel overwhelming. Many chosen ones struggle because they absorb too much. They feel the weight of the world, the sadness of others, the pain hidden behind forced smiles. It can be exhausting, even isolating. Some try to suppress it, numbing themselves to avoid the constant flood of emotions. Others might think they're too sensitive because society often discourages deep spiritual awareness. But the truth is, this sensitivity is not a weakness, it's a superpower. The more you embrace it, the stronger it becomes. And with that strength comes responsibility. Because awareness isn't just about seeing, it's about acting. Recognizing the signs of spiritual awareness. How do you know if you truly have this gift? Here are some signs. You sense the energy in a room instantly, even before anyone speaks. You feel other people's emotions deeply, sometimes as if they were your own. You pick up on patterns and hidden meanings in everyday events. You notice synchronicities, things that seem like coincidences but feel too meaningful to ignore. You have a strong inner knowing. You can tell when something is off, even if you can't explain why. You feel drawn to deeper truths, spiritual teachings, and mysteries beyond the material world. If any of these resonate with you, then you're not just aware, you're spiritually awake, and that means you have a role to play. How to use this gift? Spiritual awareness isn't just for your benefit, it's given to you for a reason. You are meant to be a light in a world full of illusions. You can help others see what they cannot, guide them toward truth, and protect them from deception. But to do that, you must first learn to manage your own energy. Here's how. 1. Ground yourself. Awareness can be overwhelming. Practice meditation, spend time in nature, or engage in activities that bring you peace. 2. Protect your energy. Not everything you sense is meant for you to carry. Imagine a shield of light around you, filtering what enters your space. 3. Trust your intuition. The more you listen to your inner knowing, the sharper your awareness will become. 4. Use discernment. Not everything that appears spiritual is truly divine. Awareness allows you to recognize what is real and what is deception. 5. Embrace your role. You were given this gift for a reason. The more you step into your purpose, the more aligned you will feel. This gift is both a privilege and a responsibility. Not everyone is ready to see the truth, but you are. The question is, what will you do with it? The second spiritual gift, intuition. There's a voice inside you, a knowing, a whisper that guides you even when nothing around you makes sense. That is intuition, a direct connection to divine wisdom. And if you are among the chosen, this gift is not just subtle, it's undeniable. You've likely felt it your whole life. As a child, you may have sensed things before they happened. You knew when someone was lying. You could predict outcomes without understanding how. It wasn't just luck, it was your soul tuning into a deeper truth. But here's the challenge. We live in a world that teaches us to ignore this gift. Society tells us to rely on logic, on evidence, on the tangible. And yet the greatest decisions, the ones that shape our destiny, rarely come from logic alone. They come from that deep, unshakable knowing within. This gift of intuition is not about guessing, it's about receiving. It's about being attuned to the spiritual frequency that guides your path. Have you ever had a gut feeling so strong that ignoring it led to regret? Or perhaps you followed it, and everything fell into place in ways you couldn't explain. That's not coincidence, that's divine guidance. The chosen ones are given this gift for a reason. It's a compass that leads you toward your higher purpose, and the more you listen, the stronger it becomes. But if you ignore it, it fades. Many chosen ones struggle at first. They doubt themselves. They wonder, is this real? Or am I imagining things? But here's the truth: intuition speaks in a language beyond words. It's a feeling, a pull, a knowing. It can come as a whisper or as a sudden revelation. It might show up in dreams, in repeated signs, in an unshakable sense of direction. And when you begin to trust it, life transforms. Your intuition is the voice of the divine guiding you. But the world is noisy. The distractions, the doubts, the pressures, they drown out this sacred voice. That's why the chosen must cultivate stillness. Meditation, prayer, solitude, these are not luxuries. They are necessities. They sharpen your ability to hear, to feel, to know. And as you grow in this gift, you'll notice something extraordinary. Synchronicities will increase. Doors will open that you didn't even know existed. You'll be at the right place at the right time. You'll say the exact words someone needed to hear. This is the power of intuition fully awakened. It aligns you with your highest calling. But with great gifts come great responsibilities. Not everyone will understand this gift. Some may dismiss it, mock it, or try to explain it away. But deep down you know the truth, and that is enough. Your intuition is sacred. It's a bridge between you and the divine. So do not fear it. Do not suppress it. Instead, embrace it, strengthen it, trust it. Because the more you do, the clearer your path becomes. And when the time comes for you to step fully into your calling, your intuition will be the voice that says, "This is the way, walk in it." The third spiritual gift, healing. Some are chosen to see beyond the surface. Others are chosen to hear the divine whispers. But then, there are those with hands that heal, with words that restore, with hearts that mend what is broken. If you carry the gift of healing, you are not just an observer in this world, you are a vessel of transformation. But here's the truth few understand. Healing is not just about physical restoration, it goes far deeper. Some of you have been called to heal wounds that cannot be seen, wounds of the spirit, the mind, the heart. You walk into a room, and people feel lighter. They confide in you without knowing why. Your presence alone brings comfort, and your words have the power to lift burdens that have weighed others down for years. Have you ever wondered why strangers are drawn to you? Why people seem to pour out their troubles, even when you don't ask? That's not an accident. That's your gift at work. But this gift comes with its own trials. Many healers are born from pain. You've walked through storms that would have broken others. You've known suffering so deeply that you can now recognize it in others before they even speak. And yet, instead of letting that pain destroy you, you've allowed it to refine you. You see, God doesn't choose the unscarred to be healers. He chooses those who have been wounded and transformed. Why? Because only those who have walked through the fire can guide others out of it. And that's why this gift is so powerful. But it can also be heavy. If you are a healer, You've likely felt drained at times. You give and give and give. People take from your energy, your love, your wisdom. And sometimes it feels like there's nothing left for yourself. That's why you must learn to guard your spirit. Even Jesus, the ultimate healer, withdrew to pray, to recharge, to reconnect with the Father. Because without that sacred restoration, even the strongest healers can burn out. So if this is your gift, protect it. Do not let the weight of the world crush the light within you. Recognize that you are a conduit, not the source. The power does not come from you, it flows through you. And when you remember that, you will never run empty. The chosen healers are here for a reason. In a world filled with suffering, fear, and despair, you are a beacon of hope. But healing is not always about comfort. Sometimes it is about truth. The deepest healing often comes from revealing what has been hidden, from confronting what has been ignored. That is why true healers are not just gentle, they are also warriors. They carry the power to mend, but also the courage to speak what must be spoken. So if this resonates with you, if you feel this gift within you, embrace it, nurture it, protect it, because the world needs you more than ever. And when you step into your purpose fully, you will see the miracles unfold not just around you, but within you. The fourth spiritual gift, spiritual discernment. There are those who walk through life seeing only what is visible, what can be touched, measured, or explained. But the ones with the gift of spiritual discernment, they see beyond the veil. They sense things others miss. They detect truth where lies are woven. They feel the presence of light and darkness, even when no words are spoken. If you have ever met someone and instantly felt something was off before any evidence appeared, this may be your gift. If you have ever walked into a room and felt the weight of an unseen presence, your spirit is tuned into realms others ignore. This is not paranoia, this is perception. Discernment is one of the most powerful gifts because it allows you to navigate both physical and spiritual battles with wisdom. While others are deceived by appearances, you are guided by truth. But this gift comes with responsibility. Because to see clearly in a world filled with illusions is not always easy. Many who possess this gift find themselves isolated. Why? Because they notice what others dismiss. They warn of dangers no one else perceives. They recognize deception in places where people desperately want to believe in falsehoods. And that can be a lonely road. But make no mistake, your gift is needed now more than ever. The enemy thrives in deception. He masquerades as an angel of light, twisting truth just enough to lead people astray. But the chosen ones with spiritual discernment, they are the ones who expose the schemes before they take root. This is why your intuition is so strong. It's why you feel a deep knowing that others can't explain. It's why you can tell when someone is speaking truth or simply speaking words. But here's what you must understand. Discernment is not just about identifying darkness, it is also about recognizing light. Many people with this gift fall into the trap of focusing only on what is wrong. They become hyper-aware of deception, but forget to celebrate truth. They sense danger, but struggle to embrace hope. If this is your gift, you must learn balance. Yes, you are meant to expose deception, but you are also meant to guide people toward truth, toward wisdom, toward clarity. You were not given this gift just to warn, you were given it to lead. And that is why, more than ever, you must trust your spirit. The world will tell you to ignore your intuition, to give people the benefit of the doubt, to silence that inner voice. But God placed this gift within you for a reason. You are not meant to be blind in a blind world. You are meant to see. And as you grow in this gift, you will realize something incredible. The more you trust the discernment God has given you, the sharper it becomes. You will begin to notice patterns, connections, and warnings with greater accuracy. You will move through life with a wisdom that others admire but cannot explain. And in times of spiritual battle, you will not be caught off guard. So if this is your gift, do not doubt it. Do not suppress it. Sharpen it. Train it. Pray for wisdom to use it well. Because in a world where deception runs rampant, the chosen ones who see clearly are more vital than ever. And if you're still wondering whether you have this gift, Let me ask you this. Have you ever sensed something was true before it was revealed? Have you ever felt an immediate warning about a person or situation, only for it to be confirmed later? Have you ever recognized deception when everyone else believed a lie? If so, you have been entrusted with one of the rarest spiritual gifts. Now, the question is, what will you do with it? The fifth spiritual gift, prophetic vision. There are moments in history when God chooses to reveal glimpses of what is to come, not to everyone, but to a select few. Those with the gift of prophetic vision don't just see the present, they see the patterns, the warnings, the divine whispers of what lies ahead. Have you ever experienced a dream so vivid, so profound, that it felt more real than reality itself? Have you ever had a strong, unshakable feeling about something that later came true? Do you sometimes receive sudden insights, knowledge that you couldn't possibly have known through logic alone? If so, this could be your gift. But let's be clear, this is not about fortune-telling or random predictions. True prophetic vision is not a parlor trick. It is a divine calling, a responsibility given to those who are chosen to serve as messengers. Look at the prophets of old. They were not seeking power or attention. In fact, most of them would have preferred a quieter life. But when God placed His word in their hearts, they could not remain silent. Jeremiah tried. He didn't want to be a prophet, but he said that the word of God burned in his bones like a fire. He could not hold it in. When you have this gift, it is not always easy. Because you see things before others do, people may not believe you at first. You may be called dramatic, over-spiritual, or even delusional, but time always reveals the truth. And that is why this gift must be handled with wisdom. Not every vision is meant to be shared immediately. Sometimes God reveals things to warn you personally. Other times He calls you to speak, but only in His timing. A prophetic word given too soon can be misunderstood. A vision shared without wisdom can cause unnecessary fear. This is why those with this gift must learn discernment as well. If this is your gift, you may have already felt it. You may have moments where you feel deeply burdened for the future. You may see the spiritual battles ahead while others remain unaware. You may receive dreams, insights, or strong impressions that won't leave your spirit until they come to pass. And if that is you, understand this: you are not alone. The sixth gift, empathy. The sacred burden of feeling deeply. There are people who hear words, and there are people who feel them. If you're one of the chosen ones, you don't just understand emotions, you absorb them, you carry them, you live them as if they were your own. This isn't just ordinary empathy. This is something far deeper, something almost supernatural. It's as if your soul was designed to be a vessel for others' burdens, a bridge between the seen and the unseen. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the weight of sadness before anyone even spoke? Have you ever been near someone and, without a single word, you just knew they were struggling? This is not a coincidence. This is a gift, a calling, and at times a burden. Many chosen ones grow up feeling overwhelmed by this ability. The pain of others becomes their own, and if they're not careful, it can drain them. It can make them feel isolated, as if they are carrying the suffering of the world on their shoulders, and in a way they are. But this is where the true power of this gift reveals itself. Throughout history, the chosen ones with this gift have faced opposition, but they have also changed the course of history. Moses received divine instructions that freed an entire nation. Daniel saw visions of kingdoms that would rise and fall long before they did. John, exiled on the island of Patmos, was given revelations about the end of time itself. And now, God is still speaking. If you have been given the gift of prophetic vision, do not fear it, do not suppress it. Instead, seek wisdom, pray for clarity, study the patterns of how God speaks. Surround yourself with those who understand spiritual matters. Because this world is entering a time when truth will be distorted, when deception will spread, and when many will be lost in confusion. But the chosen ones with prophetic vision, they will see clearly. They will sound the alarm when danger approaches. They will prepare the way for what is coming. They will remind the world that God is still in control. So if you have ever felt this gift stirring within you, I urge you do not ignore it. Ask yourself, have you ever sensed a divine warning before something happened? Have you ever had a dream so powerful that you knew it meant something? Have you ever spoken something in faith, only to watch it unfold before your eyes? If so, this is not coincidence, this is calling. And now the question is, will you embrace it? The sixth gift, empathy, the sacred burden of feeling deeply. There are people who hear words, and there are people who feel them. If you're one of the chosen ones, you don't just understand emotions, you absorb them, you carry them, you live them as if they were your own. This isn't just ordinary empathy, this is something far deeper, something almost supernatural. It's as if your soul was designed to be a vessel for others' burdens, a bridge between the seen and the unseen. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the weight of sadness before anyone even spoke? Have you ever been near someone and, without a single word, you just knew they were struggling? This is not a coincidence. This is a gift, a calling, and at times a burden. Many chosen ones grow up feeling overwhelmed by this ability. The pain of others becomes their own, and if they're not careful, it can drain them. It can make them feel isolated, as if they are carrying the suffering of the world on their shoulders. And in a way, they are. But this is where the true power of this gift reveals itself. When used correctly, spiritual empathy becomes a force of healing, of transformation. You are the person people naturally open up to, the one they trust with their deepest wounds. Your presence alone brings comfort. And when you speak, it feels as though the universe itself is speaking through you, offering reassurance and peace. But here's the truth, many don't realize this gift requires boundaries. Because if you are constantly absorbing others' pain without releasing it, it will consume you. Chosen ones must learn when to help and when to step back, when to heal and when to let others walk their own path. Empathy is not about fixing everyone, it's about guiding, about understanding, about showing others that they are not alone. It is the power to make others feel truly seen, truly understood, truly loved. And in a world that is starving for real connection, that is one of the greatest gifts of all. Now, let's talk about something even deeper, something that allows chosen ones to see beyond what is visible, the ability to directly connect with the divine. The seventh gift, divine connection, walking between two worlds. Some people pray and hope that someone is listening, but for the chosen ones, it's different. It's not just prayer, it's a conversation, a knowing, a presence that never truly leaves. If you've ever felt like you weren't just living in this world, but also connected to something far beyond it, something unseen, yet undeniably real, then you may have this gift. This is not just faith. This is a direct line to the divine, a constant guidance that whispers to you in ways most people can't understand. Perhaps you've had moments where answers came to you without explanation, as if placed directly into your spirit. Or maybe you've experienced intense synchronicities, signs that seem too precise to be random. Sometimes it's through dreams, other times it's through sudden clarity, an unshakable knowing that defies logic. This gift can feel overwhelming. It can make you feel set apart, as if you are straddling two realities, the physical and the spiritual. You may even feel like you don't belong fully in either. But this is the price of being called. You are a vessel, a messenger for something greater, and that comes with responsibility. You are not just given wisdom for yourself, but to share, to guide, to uplift. But this is also where the challenge lies. Not everyone will believe you. Some may even reject you for speaking what they are not ready to hear. But let this be your confirmation. You are not alone in this. You were never meant to be. The divine has been with you every step of the way, whispering, guiding, waiting for you to trust in the connection that has always been there. So what do you do with this gift? You embrace it, you honor it, you use it. You were never meant to walk this path in fear. You were meant to walk it in power. And now, as we reach the end of this journey, let's bring all these gifts together and understand what it truly means to be one of the chosen ones. Embracing your spiritual gifts, the true path of the chosen ones. Now that you've seen these 7 spiritual gifts, you might be wondering, what now? What does it mean to truly embrace them? Because having a gift is one thing, but using it, honoring it, that's where the real journey begins. First, understand this. These gifts were not given to you by accident. They are part of your divine calling, part of the mission you were placed here to fulfill. And with that calling comes both privilege and responsibility. Many people spend their lives ignoring their spiritual gifts, doubting them, or even running from them. Why? Because being different is not easy. Having heightened awareness, deep intuition, or a strong divine connection can make you feel like an outsider in a world that often rejects what it doesn't understand. But here's the truth. You were never meant to fit in. The chosen ones are set apart. You were chosen to lead, to heal, to reveal truth. That's why your journey has been filled with trials. That's why you've faced struggles that others haven't. Every challenge, every hardship, every dark night of the soul, it was all preparation. The question is, are you ready to step into your purpose? Using your gifts with wisdom and strength. 1. Trust your gifts. The more you acknowledge and use them, the stronger they become. Doubt weakens spiritual power. Trust amplifies it. 2. Seek spiritual growth. Gifts alone are not enough. Wisdom, discipline, and humility are required to use them properly. 3. Protect your energy. Being spiritually gifted often means you're highly sensitive. Learn to set boundaries, cleanse your spirit, and guard against negativity. 4. Use them to serve. These gifts are not just for you. They are meant to uplift others, bring light into the world, and fulfill a higher purpose. 5. Stay connected to the divine. The source that gave you these gifts will guide you in how to use them. Stay in prayer, meditation, and spiritual alignment. A final message to the chosen ones. If you've made it this far, something inside you already knows the truth. You are not like everyone else. You have always felt it. You have always known it. Now, it's time to accept it. You were not born to live an ordinary life. You were born to walk a higher path, to awaken, to step into the power and purpose that has been waiting for you all along. The world needs the light that only the chosen ones can bring. Will you answer the call?